Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you guys are having a good one. My name is Lou Valentino. Welcome to the live stream. Today, we're going to be talking about Dan Bongino exposing what he feels is a huge sabotage for this week coming up, as he is not sure about exactly what the Secret Service plan is. If you don't know who Dan Bongino is, ladies and gentlemen, he has a lot of history with the Secret Service. A lot of people want him to be the Secret Service director, but there is something very weird and an eerie feeling about this week's inauguration. Of course, the inauguration is outside. We know how the year started, and I have two videos I want to share with you of him warning us. And then I also want to get to some very eerie videos because Christopher Wray, who is soon to be retired, says that China is primed and ready to unleash an attack on our critical infrastructure. That's crazy. And also a crazy video I have to show you guys of the White House basically saying something absolutely even crazy about what's coming up. Actually, you know what? Jake Sullivan, let's start off with this video because this video right here is hitting the internet very, very hard, and it has everything to do with what I want to talk about today. So take a listen to what he said just literally yesterday.
I just will say one last word, which is I hope this is my last time at this podium, at least for a little while. I don't mean that in a negative sense. I mean, the only thing that would bring me back is an unexpected event in the next few days, which, as you all know, is totally possible given everything you've seen over the course of the past years. But if it is, in fact, my last time before you, I just want to say thank you for what you guys do.
Are they leaving clues? What are they actually trying to tell us? Obviously, we are all very smart people. We've all called upon in 2022, said that they better tighten up because there's going to be assassination attempts, and there were. There's going to be attacks on American soil, and there have been to start this year. But again, what is this guy saying? Make sure to smash the like button because now we're going to get to exactly the bomb that Dan Bongino dropped on us just the other day, and then I have another one to show you. Take a listen.
You're asking me, do I think the inauguration is safe? After yesterday's briefing, my answer is probably not. And it pains me to say that. Now, it's one of those things, I'm speculating. The inauguration, ladies and gentlemen, hasn't happened yet. I'm just afraid that the people in charge at the top of the Secret Service and certainly at the FBI do not know what they're doing. Let me just say this. I think if President Trump at this point, given the people in charge of the Secret Service at the top and their known incompetence, I think if President Trump were to stay in the car and forego the walk, I would be comfortable. I have not been briefed in on the security plan. I wish I was. I would like to review it myself because I've done it before and I want to see what they're looking at. I know exactly what it's supposed to look like. Now, here's the bad news first, okay? I said I'd get to it. The FBI, who I don't trust as far as I could throw, the FBI, this is very short. This is a manager at the FBI, obviously responsible for a portion of the inaugural security. Here he is saying that they're not tracking any threats. Do you really believe that there are no threats to the inauguration? Are you insane? Whatever the FBI says these days, I tend to believe the opposite.
Yeah, so again, I'm going to show you the video that he's talking about. But then again, ladies and gentlemen, is Trump going to get out? What is actually going to happen? We've seen some of the craziest stuff happen on American soil. And now we have Christopher Wray warning that China is going to attack our infrastructure right before right before they get out. So let's actually play this video from 60 Minutes that blew up on the internet of a potential attack all of a sudden. Take a listen.
China's cyber program is by far and away the world's largest, bigger than that of every major nation combined, and has stolen more of Americans' personal and corporate data than that of every nation, big or small, combined. But even beyond the cyber theft, there's another part of the Chinese cyber threat that I think has not gotten the attention publicly that it, I think, desperately deserves, and that is Chinese government's pre-positioning on American civilian critical infrastructure to lie in wait on those networks, to be in a position to wreak havoc and can inflict real-world harm at a time and place of their choosing.
The Chinese have already insinuated malware into critical American infrastructure.
That's correct.
Like what?
Things like water treatment plants. We're talking about transportation systems. We're talking about targeting of our energy sector, the electric grid, natural gas pipelines. And recently, we've seen targeting of our telecommunications system.
What do you guys think about that? Because all of a sudden now the FBI is now ahead of the curve this time around. Really? Not sure if that's real, but there's a threat. And of course, it's all leading up to the inauguration. Here is Dan Bongino once again warning about a potential attack.
This is going to happen. It is, whether it happens in Times Square or someone else, it is going to happen. And there are people in charge who have wasted time on DEI bullshit. They've wasted time targeting Americans with MAGA hats, Moms for Liberty, pro-lifers, targeting the evil white supremacists around every corner. And they have not thought through the threat of a swarm of drones taking out a crowd of people or taking out one of our protectees with an inauguration right around the corner, and Donald Trump not able to do anything about it because he's not in power for 2 more weeks. You think the Secret
Now for 1 more week.
Service is prepared for this?
I don't think so. But you know what's crazy about this? And maybe I'm wrong here, and I'm gonna play this clip that's probably gonna is a controversial clip. But ladies and gentlemen, what do you guys think? Because in my opinion, I think we already got attacked. I think that what happened in California is a lot deeper than what people want to realize. And maybe this is what it would look like in 2025. I want you to take a listen to a comedian here. Comedian by the name of, I don't want to botch his name, but Tim Dillon, of course. Very funny guy. I've seen some of his stuff before. Here's what he says about America today and what sleeper cells may look like.
By the way, if you were a terrorist group, maybe being funded by a foreign country or not, wouldn't you disguise cells as homeless people? Because in LA, there are so many homeless people. If you wanted to blend in LA, you'd just be homeless. So if I'm a foreign country and I'm talking to my terrorist cells and I go, guys, in order to blend into this society, you must shit on the street and be homeless, and no one, and they're going to go, wait a minute, isn't that a tell? Won't we get arrested immediately? Won't that give us away? I go, no. You're the safest.
Can you guys hear that? Somebody said, why is he giving them ideas? Are you kidding me? You think he's giving them ideas? You don't think they already knew all of this before when the border was wide open? You think he's giving them ideas? He's just figuring out what we were all thinking. That's all he's doing. Come on, be smarter than this in the comments, please.
People in the town sleep on someone's lawn, piss on yourself, shit on the street. No one will even say anything. You will not be stopped by the police. In fact, if people call the police and say, a man is shitting on my lawn, the police hang up the phone. They don't care. There's nothing for them to do. So if you're going to assimilate into Los Angeles society, you must be homeless. So I can't quite say if this is an organized terrorist attack. By the way, it's brilliant. It's brilliant. This is our one weakness. No one would even say anything about a homeless guy with a gas can. These dumb cunts in the Palisades, if they saw a homeless man with a gas can, they'd go, he's just having some fun. He's probably trying to warm himself up.
I can't lie. It's probably pretty crazy, but it makes sense. God bless the United States of America. God bless us all, because we are in very, very weird times. Now, I want to play this clip before I get to my last video here. 2.5 million on this, and I want to see, is anybody going to the inauguration this week coming up? Anybody going? Please comment down below. Or if you know people going, if you're going to be watching, of course, it's going to be the most watched inauguration probably in the history of inaugurations. Breaking: DC police officials just announced that nearly 4,000 cops nationwide had volunteered to come help President Trump's inauguration day. Additionally, all DC officers will be activated for that event. They are anticipating a historic crowd This is Trump's reward for standing by police officers when the left wanted to defund, abolish, and destroy them. Now, again, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe nothing happens on this day. Maybe nothing will ever happen. But this is a good sign.
Our entire police department will be activated for the presidential inauguration. In addition, we'll be reinforced with nearly 4,000 officers from across the United States who are generous enough to raise their hands and commit their time to assist the Metropolitan Police Department. Those additional resources will be deployed to manage traffic, secure dignitary routes, and ensure public safety in our city. I'd like to pause and thank those officers who are coming to our city, taking time away from their families.
That's good. This is a good thing. This is a great thing. Somebody says she's on. Be ready for attacks on America, ladies and gentlemen. We have explosive. These are stories that probably don't get covered enough, in my opinion. But ladies and gentlemen, I don't know if you guys know about this, but explosives were found in Chicago South Side high-rise apartments. HVAC workers, they say they came across a C4, some explosives, a rifle, a lot of fake IDs, and a lot of fireman stuff. A lot of police stuff, a lot of police force stuff. It was fake. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know if you guys remember, but there was during the fires in California, right? During the fires in California, there was a man that was arrested for wearing a fake firefighter uniform. Now, again, if you go back to what Tim Dillon was saying and how we've all seen and we've all had reports that there were people on the FBI's most wanted list that were caught at the border, ladies and gentlemen. They were caught at the border, right? And we know that there's probably been a bunch that haven't been caught. And everybody in the comments always says, sleeper cells, we know that they're here. We just don't know when. And it's kind of like this Dan Bongino thing is like, we don't know when. We don't know when. But we're noticing, again, through the fires and how they started and how they're spreading and new fires here, new fires there. And now this report that I'm about to show you from Chicago is starting to make me wonder that what Tim Dillon said, I think that's their approach. But I could be wrong. Again, this is just my opinion. Take a listen.
Flags that needed to be reported to authorities.
I had the master key and I went in there and I came across a lot of things and I was like, that don't seem right.
Melissa Caraway works for an HVAC company that was scheduled to service units at 533 East 33rd Place in the Lake Meadows neighborhood. She says residents get advance notice that they'll be making the rounds and entering their units. When no one answered the door, she says she let herself in.
I came across some C4, some explosives, a rifle, a lot of fake IDs, a lot of fireman stuff, a lot of police force stuff, and it just looked like it was fake, you know.
She says the discovery happened around 10 a.m. in a unit on the 6th floor. She wasn't sure what to do at first, but says she called police about a half hour later. Video of the response shows law enforcement with ballistic shields, others with rifles. The entire building was evacuated, officers going door by door to tell residents they needed to leave.
I was afraid because I didn't know what was going on. So, again, I've been out here since like 11:15, 11:30, and I still don't have any information.
After several hours inside, CPD says its bomb unit cleared the scene as a precaution, determining the objects were safe and posed no threat. Police say someone was placed into custody on the scene, but no further information was provided.
You know, the bombing that happened in New Orleans and Vegas, so it kind of scared me. So I just want to call and check.
Certainly understand her concern. Police on scene began to leave this building around 1:30 this afternoon. Residents trickling back into the building shortly thereafter. This explosive scare again resulting in one person in custody, though it's not clear how that person is connected to what police discovered inside.
Again, this was discovered by police inside. I don't even know if you guys, I didn't hear about this till earlier today. So there's a lot of things happening right now in the States, all around the States, that we just don't really hear about much now. I guess, man, there's so much more because there was a new report on China earlier today as well. But again, ladies and gentlemen, let me know what you guys think overall about this. about these topics, it just goes to show that I can finally see it, and I hate it. I hate that because I said it before. I can finally see how it happens now, and I hate the fact that I even have to say that. Yeah. People got mad at me for saying about the DEI hire. Yeah, I don't really care what your opinion is. If every time you see a black person or anytime you see somebody in power that they're black and your first thing is DEI, 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 you've lost the plot. That's my opinion. I don't care what you have to say about that. I'm going to feel how I feel. And I'm always going to, like, I'm the type to call out Israel, right? When I call out Israel on their bullshit bombing children, a lot of you guys go, but they're God's chosen people. A lot of you guys don't even know where you stand. Again, I'm not speaking of everybody here. I'm speaking of the people that are coming at me. So you can come at me all you want. But if first of all, if you see black people in power and you're thinking about DEI, you've lost the plot. You've become a part of the woke right. There is a woke right and there is a woke left. And be careful being a part of any of this, because if you're getting caught up on nonsense nonstop all day, every day, ladies and gentlemen, you've lost the plot. You have become woke. Sorry, that's just the truth. And again, that's just my opinion. But make sure to smash the like button. You can unsubscribe or you can subscribe for more news on this channel. I truly love you guys, truly love the moderators, and I love people that appreciate me. But I don't care what you have to say about me. I really don't, because I'm calling you out on your bullshit. Again, if you saw the chief of police, she's literally saying something she's acknowledging that cops are coming out for Donald Trump. And the first thing you say is, oh my God, DEI. What the fuck? You've lost the plot. You've become woke. You've become the worst thing that you fear the most or that you're scared about the most in America. You have become that. You have become full of shit because the only thing you think about now is DEI. You can't even see people for who they might be. Again, that's just my opinion. Doesn't have to be yours. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, I'll see you guys on the next one.